And welcome to the Geeks 31 Days of Horror for Halloween. This is Lil.
This is Steve.
And this is Sean.
And tonight we're reviewing an 80s classic. I think. Is it a classic? Sean, is this a classic?
To me, it's a classic.
All right.
I think.
We're reviewing Night of the Creeps from 1986. Sean, let's give him the trailer.
Ooh, that TriStar logo. Though.
Columbia TriStar
is finally here for Chris.
I mean, there were some good scenes in this.
Oh, there was.
It's going to be the best
So many.
night of their lives. But tonight is also
That was
the
a good scene.
night of the creeps.
Dude, the fucking
From
guy
the road unknown
talking.
comes a nightmare unimagined.
A nightmare unimagined.
First, they are under you, around you, on you, and then inside
I did feel bad for this guy.
They get in through your mouth and you walk around while they incubate, even if you're
Tom Atkins.
they are unusual.
And Rusty from National Lampoon's. Was the European Vacation or was this the regular vacation?
And that guy with the glasses that's in all those movies.
Exploding heads, creepy crawlies. We could have a little problem.
The creeps.
That was an awesome scene, too. So random.
Good news and bad news, girls. The good news is your dates are here.
What's the bad news?
They're dead.
You have never had a night like this.
I can't believe I'm so glad that was in the
Of the
trailer.
creeps. If you squeeze,
That sums up.
you'll
I like
get
the logo. I like the Creeps
very
logo.
Oh, it's fucking awesome, man.
Night of
Oh,
the, I want a shirt with just that. Night of the Creeps.
Night of the Creeps?
It's so good.
Or Night of the Geeks in that logo.
Oh, very good.
oh.
So-
Ooh.
Starring
Ooh.
Jason Lively, Tom Atkins, Steve Marshall, Jill Withlow.
Oh shit, that's a good idea.
A whole bunch
Dude,
of
I'm doing it right now.
John, I will put that. We're gonna put that on the T Public. We'll get it done.
Night of the Geeks. All right. So, Sean, you picked the movie. I'm gonna let you start the review. What did you think of Night of the Creeps? Rewatching it now.
Okay, so this I remember from the 80s. Dude, this used to be on like USA. Remember USA Network?
Oh yeah,
It came on
USA.
USA.
all night.
Yeah, up all night. HBO, it always came on.
USA TNT. Oh, TNT was the best late
I
night.
don't think it came on TNT, but I remember it being on those two channels. Man, listen, nostalgic Sean gives this shit a hero, dog. Because I used to love this movie. This was like one of those movies that was just like always playing. He just always remembered it. Always remember those little dookie fucking monsters just running around and shit. There was no explanation to them at all. Just some weird shit in the beginning. It was just like, what? It's just crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a hero, man. I fucking love this shit. The practicals were cool. Like there was practical melted faces and shit, and just random dumbass zombies and just stupid shit going on. It just gets a hero for me, man. So definitely, and Tom Atkins fucking is awesome. I love this guy. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Fucking Halloween. Fucking what? He was in fucking
He was a Maniac Cop.
Maniac fucking Cop. Fuck that, man. Tom Atkins is my fucking horror movie hero.
I know
dog.
we probably need to redo Halloween
Holy
3
shit.
now because of Tom
Yeah.
Atkins.
Yeah. So I give it a
Um,
hero, man. I fucking enjoyed it. I'm gonna pass it off to you.
Well, it's funny, Sean, because this Halloween season you've picked one movie that didn't get recorded. We did a
Right.
review in Invaders from Mars.
Yes.
Very similar type of storyline. Things from outer space, creepy crawling into people's heads and control them.
I like those movies.
The Puppet Masters, very
Yes.
similar as
Oh
well.
my god, there's a theme
And-
going.
And now this. I'm watching this and I'm like, I remember bits and pieces, and I'm like, huh. Sean has a theme this year on the movies that he has picked, and it's all aliens taking it's body snatchers kind of thing. And I did enjoy the movie. It was not great. I probably enjoyed it more because I watched two other movies that we'll be recording, Steve and I, with some others this week, at some point in the next week or two.
It's 80s great.
And this exactly, it's 80s great, right? You get the sorority girls all over the place, getting. It's funny because the kids, of course, are walking in on me watching this. They're like, "Dad, how come every time you're watching a movie, there's always boobs on the screen?" And I'm like, this was the 80s. I'm like, that's what was on the screen in the 80s. And I was like, eh. And even Jenny's laughing. She's like, "Yep, you're horror porn," or I'm like, "Yeah."
Why? I feel like you need like your own private TV area.
Yeah, you need to like watch movies where your kids can't just barge in on you
Yeah,
wildly.
I don't understand why
Don't you have a door that locks?
No, I have
Go
no
watch
doors that
movie in your room.
Yeah, first of all, listen, don't make me pull your card on this shit. Listen, I've seen your setup, dog. You can find a way to watch.
Probably in my bedroom, right? But I didn't remember Night of the Creeps having these type of shots, right? Like when I watched
you play like Russian roulette with titty shots in your house, bro.
Well, they're all teenagers now.
You're pressing play. You're like, we'll just see. And as soon as somebody starts changing, you're like waiting, and of course they hear the feet coming up the steps. Dum, 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 dum. Like,
it's true.
Every time.
I pause it. I'm pausing.
Yes.
I give the movie a sidekick for today. The nostalgia, of course, the nostalgia gets the hero love. But if somebody would watch it today without knowing anything, it's not scary. It's not good. The dialogue between the characters is not great. I feel bad for the dude's friend. We saw the scene of him on the toilet. I'm like, it's like the worst way to die. But overall, I had fun with it. So sidekick for me. Maybe a high sidekick. I'll go high sidekick. Steve?
So I'm one of those people that like, oh, if you've never seen it before and you see it today, what would your thoughts be? Because I've never seen it before. This is one of those blind spot movies from the 80s that I just missed. And I guess if you're like me and you love movies like this, then you'll have a good time because like I like the campiness, like those weird garbage pail kids in the beginning. Like, what even were those aliens? It just looked like fat little kids running around. And then like one of them turned around and I was like, what is that face? And they like, it's like, we're going to create some mayhem. And then it's like super artsy. You jump into this black and white movie for a little bit. And then, time jump after a really cool, like, I'm like, what movie are we even in? It's very confusing for me, first time viewer. But it's just all the 80s cheese and camp that you could want. It's all here. Tom Atkins with the one-liners, thrill me, fucking just, there's just so much like
Tom Atkins,
man.
We need to do
the way he handles crime scenes is wild. He's just putting cigarettes out on dead bodies. You're just like, what are you doing?
We need to do like our Van Damme retrospective on Tom Atkins.
We'll get about halfway through it and then stop doing it. And even though people want us to finish,
God, can we interview Tom Atkins? God damn it,
is he still alive?
Yeah, he's 88. 88 years young.
We might just be able to get him.
You know what? I'm gonna look for horror conventions to see if Tom Atkins is showing up.
It had some, and but it had it's another zombie movie, but it had some really fun practicals towards the end. The poop monsters were kind of gross. And I actually love the very end with that weird obligatory spaceship shot just for no reason. Like, it's like this movie is bookended with spaceships just to remind you this was all from aliens.
Right.
So it's trying to be so many genres in one. I just had a lot of fun with it. No, it's not good. It's not like this great work of cinema masterpiece. But if you love campy, shitty horror movies, then you'll love this one. I liked it a lot. I'm gonna give it a hero. I thought it was a lot of fun. It's a hero with the caveat that it's terrible, but it's so much fun. But I love that crap. So
damn, Steve, using that movie Trick that we reviewed a few years ago. Like, I don't remember him in that.
He's probably been in a lot that we
He's
don't
in
remember.
a lot of shit. Like I'm
Yeah.
looking.
I am going to need the Geeks page for t-shirts because I got a Tom Atkins t-shirt that says I got good news and bad news.
Oh,
That's happening, dog. I'm totally doing that shit. And I got Night of the Geeks.
Night of the Geeks. That's a good one. So, all right, I guess let's get into the movie. I mean, Steve, you started it talking about like this weird. So it started out like on a spaceship with these creepy aliens, and then all of a sudden we're in black and white, and it's the 50s. And
I loved all of this. I love the talk, like, say, what do you think the brightest star even is? You know, like just the way they're all talking.
cheese.
It's just so
Drive-in cheese. That's
The
what it is.
fucking bubblegum pop music they're listening to, driving around. Everyone's like with their arm, you know, just gripping the shoulder super tight. Like, we're gonna drive up here and do some necking. Like, what?
Well, that's a back in the day kind of shit.
You know, she's like, I'll even let you fondle my breasts.
Did she say that?
Yeah, she did when he went off looking for the alien thing.
Yeah.
It was
It's like, why would you touch that? Get away from that. Like, you see some shit and you see it like moving, run away.
the 50s, man. We were invincible. We were World War champs. Oh shit! Sorry. No, but that's how. So he was just like, he thought he was on top of the world. He was just like, fuck this thing. You're coming into my planet.
And the craziest part about this scene is he's dealing with those parasites, and there's a freaking maniac killer on the loose that takes out the girl with with an axe.
So here we now have a movie that started out as science fiction, jumped to a period black and white 80s movie because it was color in the beginning, jumped to black and white. So now we have two different genres. Then there's the axe murderer, so that's another genre. Like, we've already hit 3 genres, and we're 5 minutes into the movie.
And then we jump to a fraternity
in the 80s
teen college movie from the 80s.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It could be in the weird science, Revenge of the Nerds, kind of all that feel.
And I love the 2 characters that we get, Chris and his buddy with the crutches. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but they have good chemistry. They have a lot of banter back and forth. It seems really natural. I don't know. I bought into them. It's JC? Yeah, probably. It's all just, it's 80s cheesy stuff, but it's good. It's just good. I have it, it's good. It was new for me, so I was just eating it up.
Yeah, and then I mean we get like a good 10-15 minutes of college stuff, right? There he likes this girl. We're gonna go join this.
Yeah, but you find out later that he's liked a bunch of girls. This is just the new one. His fucking friend with the crutches is like over this shit. He's like, dude, fuck you. I'm so tired of your bullshit.
Yo, he did say fuck you, did he? He's like, fuck you, dude.
He's like, every fucking day with this shit. He was like, first it was her, now it's this one. Oh, he let him have it. It was good stuff.
It is very true. Very true. Very hilarious.
But the fucking roommate did some fucking, like, the friend did some boss shit, though. He fucking figured the shit out.
The ultimate wingman.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
And Rusty needed all the help he could get. And I'm glad I figured it out, but because it was bugging me at first. For the first little bit, I thought that was definitely the brother from the Easy Ewok movies. I was like, is that him?
It does remind me of him, though. Yeah, you're right, Steve. I didn't think about
that. So they're told to get a dead body and lay it in front. They go to the cadaver area of the school and get a dead body.
So the college of this fucking school has a fucking body on fucking in fucking, was it
cryogenic? It's cryogenically frozen since the 50s.
Yeah, word.
This is pure science fiction, man. You know what I mean? Oh, you'd be like, what is it, like Walt Disney? Like, all the dialogue is just.
And the thing too is they see a body in a cryo freeze and they're like, yeah, let's unlock it. Let's turn off the cryo freeze and take this.
Well, they need a body because they got a pledge to this thing.
The sorority. No, I'm just joking.
But it's just so over the top. But but
So
then
the
they
guy with
freak
the
out.
glasses, who's this guy? The character actor here. He's been in a ton
He's
of
in
stuff.
everything. I can't find him.
I don't remember his name. But he's been in
David Paymer. You're right. He's like on every. He plays a scientist in like everything. He was in Get Shorty. He was in Star Trek Picard. I'm looking at the.
He's in a lot of shit.
He's in the Connors, The Good Wife.
God damn
Jack
it,
Ryan.
give something that everyone would know.
Well, I'm trying to go down this.
I know everything he was talking about.
Famous movies.
Oh, I'm trying. It's all like bit parts and nothings.
Yeah, he always has a bit part in anything. Like he's like a character actor.
He was a voice on the Justice League cartoon for a couple episodes.
God.
He was in The Hurricane. I love that movie with Denzel.
He's in a lot of shit.
Mighty Joe Young, Payback with Mel Gibson.
No, we're just doing the filmography on this guy.
Yeah, it's just a bunch.
He went on to have a hell of a career.
A bunch of randomness. So he was on The Commish.
Oh my God! Shut up.
Commish.
L.A. Law.
Well, this
Matlock.
dude from the 50s throws up poop into his mouth. This reminded me of that South Park episode. Where they're
I
like,
know what you're talking about.
yeah. So like, he shoots the guy in the mouth with
the parasite. Yeah, the parasite.
Those things is that thing. That's the shit that really reminds me of this because it's the spit out of the mouth shit. I remember that.
And then we get this scene that for the life of me, I was like, what's happening right now? Tom Atkins on the beach and all the chicks in bikinis walking around. And then he sees that chick stand up in the water. I'm like, what? It's this weird dream sequence, but I just thought it was so random that we get a dream sequence.
This is how we're introduced to Tom Atkins. Yeah.
This is what he dreams about, being on a beach with a cocktail and a white suit.
Weird.
Surrounded by bikini clad women. This guy is a man. I'm a man's man. Don't question his sexuality. Don't you dare. He cannot lose. I will die, but it's only because I call the shots. So he gets called to this crime scene that we just witnessed at this cryogenic lab, and he's just being so shitty with everybody. And he, like I said, he starts smoking immediately. He throws the cigarette down and smashes it on the ground. This is an active crime scene, bro.
He don't care.
But this is the 80s, This is the 80s. This is how we thought shit worked. You just showed up. You called me out. You woke me up having a perfectly good dream for this.
Yo, but later on, dog, he's like in this, he's in this shit. Yo, and this shit's fucking crazy, dog. He's like, this motherfucker's about to kill himself. Yeah, it was crazy.
Because he was having flashbacks of finding that the decapitated girl.
Yeah, but
was that the same cop that busted them?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So he was in love with her.
Because
right?
you had that flashback of him walking up and the guy's just chopping in the car.
Yeah,
and he was like with the gun. So
but remember that comes back in full fucking Return of the Living Dead mode, which is fucking crazy.
Well, that's the thing too. Like all these cops saw these slugs. So when
you'd think
these slugs resuscitate.
No, we don't think. It shows all of their heads turning and watching them go.
Yeah.
We know they all saw them.
We see these slugs because they can go into like dead bodies and
they jump
and they cause them to reanimate.
And they're loud as shit. You can hear them coming. They're
so loud.
And we get, like Sean said, like a Night of the Living Dead thing where a dead body, and it's the damn axe murderer that was buried under the sorority house that everything is happening at.
What? Tom Atkins is evil. He murdered that guy and buried him under the sorority house. Why?
Like why?
Remember when he told the kid that in the movie? And the kid's like, besides like trying to weirdly confess to a murder, what is the point of all this?
It's true.
Like,
right?
What are you doing?
It so didn't make any sense because he was a cop. He was, yes, kill the ex killer who just murdered this person. Why take him and bury him somewhere that nobody can find?
It was a weird turn of events. This guy,
yes.
Tom Atkins is he's a loose cannon, man. He's gonna show up on the job site with fucking slippers and pajama pants, but his fucking suit coat on, you know, well, like
loose cannon.
Like, and he plays by his own rules.
And the thing too about these slugs or these whatever they're the parasites is every time they get into a body, one gets in and like 5 or 6 come out, so they multiply in the bodies, and so they're everywhere now. Like, you know, we see them infect the bus. I know I'm jumping around because like there's the story is kind of all over the place.
Doesn't end. Like they kill, like they stop that one.
Right. Well, they stop the hive, but
there's so many that are already out.
Yeah, and we see it at the end too. Like another person gets out, dies, head blows up, and it goes into a cemetery. And I'm like thinking to myself, like, why didn't we get a sequel? Because seeing the cemetery all of a sudden that would be Night of the Living Dead, right? Because now you have all these reanimated dead bodies with these slugs, and you're being killed multiple times because the bodies are trying to kill you.
You know, you know what else this movie did that was fucking hilarious? Like, how do we get all the slugs to go to the basement of the sorority house? Well, one girl's going to have an experiment where she has several dozen human brains that are stored in the basement.
Right.
Just in a box. Why would all those slugs be going to the basement? Maybe it's because of, oh my God, all the brains. It's like... I like when that one random girl walked in. Well, it's not a random girl. She's the main girl from our story. But like, she's just a random sorority girl from in the rest of this movie. And like, she walks in and that one girl's like, I was told to ask you for permission if we could store these. And it was just like, what is she, the den mother? Like, what the fuck is it? Like, so who cares? She's like, I don't want them upstairs. Like, okay, fucking...
Okay.
Yeah, go on.
And then of course we get multiple booby scene here with also where they're getting ready for like this dance with the sorority boys. And the funny thing is they're all the guys are coming in on a bus. And this is the Tom Atkins scene we saw in the trailer that we keep laughing about. The slugs infest this entire bus, kill the entire entire fraternity.
Did the fucking slugs have a montage? There was a montage of fucking slugs when they were showing everybody getting dressed for the party. The fucking slugs were going all over the place and shit.
They were included. They were included in the montage. The girls were getting ready, the boys were getting ready, and the slugs were getting ready.
It's fucking crazy. I was like, what?
We were this close to getting a scene of like a slug actually putting lipstick on. We were like that close.
That'd be great.
That would have taken this movie into
one slug putting like a fucking corsage on another one, like boop.
Oh man.
But yeah, so I mean,
superhero.
So they find out that fire kills these things.
Well,
and
they find
Tom Atkins goes.
They find out fire kills the thing because the armchair guy, the buddy, gets. He, in an ultimate boss wingman moves, like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom, leaving his buddy with the girl that he's been crushing on. But he gets pinned down in the bathroom by all these slug monsters that are in there, and he like kills one with a matchbook. So that's how he knows. But then he gets out, and there's so much little shits flying around the bathroom floor. Those did not look like slugs. They looked like a bunch of little shits on the bathroom floor squirming around. And that one was coming at him straight at his face, and it just reminded me of like Austin Powers. I'm just like, just move, you know, like like at one point, you know how Tom Atkins defeats the slugs? He puts duct tape on his face.
Yo, dog, I got a kick out of that shit.
When he was like,
I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess you could do it like that. I guess that kind of does work.
And he took it off, and the slug immediately lunged for him, and he snatched him out of the air like Van Damme did that snake in fucking Hard Target.
Dude, if he punched it, that would have been the ultimate.
Could you
Yeah, he
imagine?
was
He
like-
said he's like, "Don't you try it, you son of a bitch."
He was still smoking the whole time, wasn't he? I can't remember. Oh man.
He had a hole. That would be awesome if he had a hole in the
He-
duct tape with a
yeah.
cigarette.
So they
still
figure out
sticking out of it.
they figure out that fire kills the thing. So Tom Atkins and the boy team up, and they are gonna go. They go to visit that guy from Gremlins to get a flamethrower.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah. So the police department, this
They have a
small town
flamethrower ready
police
to go.
department, has a flamethrower, backpack flamethrower.
Yeah.
I need to get a requisition for this flamethrower.
The scene felt like it was out of Seinfeld almost.
Oh,
like the way it was just like, I don't know, I don't have to make a decision for it, man. It's like, oh, that might be a problem. Man, it's gonna be a problem. Man.
And then he slowly puts the bullet in the shotgun, and then he's like, "But I need that. But I need that." He's like,
I need that shit. Okay.
So they go and they start having this like fight at the sorority house where Chris kills his crush's boyfriend, which seems to not sit well with her. She seems to be kind of pissed off about it right away. She's like, "What the fuck?" But then a whole bunch more zombies come. So Chris and the girl team up, and Tom Atkins runs in the house, and that's where he gives the best line.
Oh, I got good news and bad news. Can I play that again? Hold up. I think I can find that. Give me 2 seconds. We need to play that bitch again. Hold on. I got it. I got it already picked up.
So this is after the one of the best like practical shots where the bus driver's eyes pop out.
Good news is your dates are here.
Bad news.
They're dead.
"Wow!" Like that music. Look at them on the.
They're dead.
Oh, there's the flamethrower.
Oh God.
I wish we could just do commentary and pause it and just
Oh.
watch it. Just do it.
I mean, it's not like I can't.
I mean, we can't. We will get in trouble.
Yeah.
Will we though?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we will, but that's all right.
But
yeah.
So but Tom Atkins, when he gets split up, so they have the flamethrower outside. They're handling business, but inside, Tom Atkins doesn't have anything. But a zombie comes in, he shoots him in the face, and then takes his cigarette out and uses he gets a can of hairspray from one of the girls.
Oh,
he's just standing there with it. I'm like, how do you have hairspray spraying at your cigarette? I'm pretty sure you would just put your cigarette out. I don't think.
Not Tom Atkins, motherfucker.
Not Tom
I was gonna
Atkins.
say Tom Atkins can do it all. So.
Instant flamethrower, boss move, very very MacGyver.
Dude,
I just
I feel like I need a Tom Atkins figure.
They might have one.
They do.
It'd be like what would Tom Atkins do? Bracelets,
And he wears the same trench coat. He wears the same trench coat like in every movie.
Dude,
he's wearing the executive from Seinfeld, like the beltless trench coat.
Tom Atkins fan club. We gotta start it. I'm sure there already is one, but we have to do a new thing.
But so he finds the hive where these brains are. It's just this big giant ball of these slugs all in the corner.
Yeah.
So
they just decide to blow up the sorority house.
But they do it in a way where he's like 20, 19.
Oh, it was great. That was fucking awesome.
And then, but their counting is not making sense. It's not on any sort of cadence, but they're on time with each other, even though they're split up and running down halls and stuff.
That is the 80s movie trope, man. Come on, dog. You know this.
He's like, detective, thrill me.
Yo, I was like,
boom. And there's a little poof. The sorority house is doesn't really explode. I thought we were gonna get an Independence Day, White House, but
no, but it's not over. Fucking Tom Atkins, the boss that he is, comes out still fucking smoking. Charred to a fucking crisp. And it's fucking, and then dies, and the fucking slugs come out of his head.
Slugs come out of his head and go into the cemetery. Because there's a cemetery right next to the sorority house.
And we
well.
forgot to talk about when that lady was watching the Alien movie, and then the axe murderer comes out of the ground, out of the house, and like whack. And there was a crazy, like, it was a quick flash, but like the axe going into her head was a crazy practical shot.
No, yeah, it was crazy.
And after the house explodes, they kiss. They start making out, and I'm like, all right.
After fucking slugs went in people's mouths, I'm gonna fucking kiss you. Nah, cat. Ain't doing
that. And then they when they were fighting outside, and they were like in that little alleyway in between the house and the bushes, and there were like zombies on both sides, and they went into that shed. They had a bunch of random weird shit, like where she killed the one, and they had that like stupid fucking cartoon.
And then they killed the unibrow fucking dude with a fucking lawnmower.
The zombie comes, snatches her out of the thing, falls, right? And she's like, help me. And he's like, okay.
Hold on. That was a good 10 minutes.
But then, like, she's just like struggling. And then he finally gets it started. He's like, all right, get out of there. I'm like, if she could have gotten out of there,
she would have been out.
She would have. But you know what she does? She gets the fuck out of there. And then what does he say? He's like, later, bro. Or some stupid shit. Later, dude.
Yeah, later, dude. That's what he said. Oh, man. It doesn't get any better than that.
It does not.
But you know what? I said it was terrible, and it is, but it's so juicy.
It is.
There's a lot of meat on that bone, man. It's a sweet treat. You know, it's like a ho-ho or a Twinkie. You know, you're not supposed to eat it. It's not supposed to be good.
But you get some good stuff out of it. Yeah.
Yep.
So
all right, well, that's it for tonight. Night of the Creeps, guys.
Listen,
if you get a chance to go to the store this week, go check out our store, because we will have Night of the Creeps t-shirts on display, and they are ready to go. Night of the Geeks, and I got good news and bad news. Ready to go, man. So
woo-wee.
Yeah, check that out. Those will be posted on the Geeks page. So
all right,
you want to get one of those? Let's go.
Very cool. This is Lil.
This is Sean.
And this is Steve. And until tomorrow night, everybody, keep it creepy.